Church, after watching this part 3 of the Potomac reunion, baby, I'm convinced of 3 things. Number 1, I'm ready to trade Mia for Jacqueline. Number 2, Gizelle is the epitome of work smarter, not harder. And number 3, Robyn and Juan's entire marriage ain't nothing but pageantry, fantasies, and delusions. I got my notes, I hope y'all got yours. Let's get on into this damn mess. Alright, y'all, so to my returning church members, baby, welcomes. And to all my new people, please make sure to smash that subscribe button and to click that bell notification so you are notified every time I decide to upload a video. Now, baby, listen, my outfit and my spirit today are aligned because in the eternal words of Bruno Mars, today I don't feel like doing anything. I just want to lay in my bed, don't feel like picking up my phone, so leave your message after the tone, because today I don't feel like doing anything, nothing at all. But baby, listen, as a strong black woman, honey, I don't have the choice of doing nothing, no. But listen, in all honesty, y'all, I have been in a funk for the last few days. I don't know why, and I'm literally trying to get myself out of it, okay? So this video for me today is really about proof of concept. Can I get my ass back up and into good health and good feelings and do what I need to do? So y'all come along with me on this journey, and apologies in advance if I go a bit long because my thoughts is all over the place, right? Now, let's start our journey today with Mia and Jacqueline, right? Now, last week, they basically started to get into the whole receipts things and the opening up of Pandora's box and basically, Jacqueline and her folder. And listen, I could go through all the rigmaroles of what she said and what's right and what's not, but it all comes down to this, okay? Y'all were both incentivized to be fake, okay? That's what it seems like. That's where it begins and that's where it ends. And Mia, this whole thing of Jacqueline basically spilling the tea, it truly doesn't do any, favors for you and this whole notion of you being fake. Like I said this before, I think in like part 1 of the reunion, but your whole demeanor, your whole life, it just gives fake. I'm not calling you fake. I'm just saying your spirit, your soul, and your perception on this show, it just gives fake, okay? And if evidence was a person, it would be Jacqueline, okay? Because she basically brought the damn house of cards of your situation all the way to the ground, okay? Listen, Jacqueline said me and Gordon never had a sexual relationship. Y'all didn't even give me no damn money. Y'all didn't pay for my Porsche. Everything was basically pageantry, fantasies, and delusions to make Mia's station on the show elevate, okay? But no, let's be very clear here, okay? Though Jacqueline kind of sat there and played like, the gimme gotcha thing in terms of this is how it really is, Jacqueline, let's be completely honest. As much as Mia was incentivized to do all this lying in terms of, this is how my life is or this is the story I want to portray, you benefited from that as well, okay? Because you cannot tell me that if Mia gets on and if Mia has a higher station in life and if Mia does better as a housewife, you don't benefit as her best friend and friend of the show, okay? So listen, you didn't go along to get along out of the goodness of your heart. You went along to get along because it incentivized you in the long run, all right? Now, Mia, I gave you credit, I believe, in part 1 of the reunion for always getting ahead of your story, okay? Because I truly believe that you were trying to do good by getting ahead of the mess that was coming your way. But after watching this part 3 and everything that went down, Mia, I'm convinced that you get ahead of your own situation because you know the lies are coming, okay? And because of that, it's very easy to get ahead of a situation that you create, okay? And I don't know if there's any real intelligence involved in that, okay? Like, to me, the smarter thing would be to tell the truth from the get-go or just to show your real life, because quiet as it's kept, now that the whole house of cards of your life is falling down around you, that's the more interesting story than all the stuff that you purported to be. So I don't know about the whole Mia and Jacqueline thing, but listen, Jacqueline, you ain't no victim. You rode shotgun along with the girl, so you get what you got too, okay? And if Mia is put off the show, your ass gotta go too. But quiet as it's kept, listen, y'all, I would not mind trading Mia for Jacqueline, okay? Because Jacqueline was a good kiki on this damn episode. Now listen, one of the nuggets that I picked up in terms of the Mia and Jacqueline, demise of their relationship and them talking back and forth was this whole situation regarding, the issue down to the table at Miami where Mia said, close your legs to married men, right? So apparently when Jacqueline said that, Mia seemed stressed in her spirit and mama needed her some D. To Mia, when Jacqueline said that to Mia, in Mia's mind, she thought that Jacqueline was coming for Gordon and his sexual issues, okay? Mia, that is a reach for the century, okay? The thing about it is it makes an assumption that everybody else knows Gordon's situation, okay? And in that moment, I don't think anybody knew about Gordon's situation. Hell, I didn't know that the man had prostate cancer before. I didn't know that the man had ED. And hell, if I'm Gordon, I'm pissed now because listen, the running theme and the running notion of y'all relationship was pimps, hoes, swinging, sexual proclivities, being nasty and stuff. Nowhere in there was ED, okay? If I'm Gordon, I'm pissed, okay? Because you done changed the narrative of, sexy, free, we doing stuff, we having fun, till we got sexual dysfunction, honey, and I need the D, baby, because I'm not getting it at home, okay? Now listen. That was a reach for the century, Mia, okay? You just wanted to comfort Jacqueline in the manner in which you wanted to comfort her, okay? There is no rhyme or reason to why you said what you did and put that lady out there. You heard what you wanted to hear because nobody knew about Gordon's issues in regards to the bedroom or lack thereof but you, okay? So stop it. And Gordon, listen, I guess they might not have the damn TVs in the back of the set like they do on like the Married to Medicine reunions because it usually shows the husband's back there watching it, okay? And if I'm Gordon and I'm sitting there watching my wife basically tell the world that I got ED, I'm pissed, okay? And I'm not coming out there with love and feelings later on when the men come out. But let's move on and y'all drop down the comments and let me know what you think. But before we move on, I do have hope for the Mia and Jacqueline relationship, not in so far as y'all being friends, because I think that so much has been said between the two of y'all that I don't know if y'all could come back from it. But I think that, over time friendships change and maybe y'all go from being best friends to just being acquaintances or some lady that you used to know and you chuck her up the deuces when you see her down to the Whole Foods, wherever Mia now lives, if it's anywhere close to where Jacqueline lives. So, and do I think that Mia had receipts that she, was basically holding from Jacqueline? No, I truly don't. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know if you agree. But she was telling Andy, and Andy was saying that the stack of stuff was so high, but I don't know, something just tells me that if it had already gotten as ugly as it did, okay, and Jacqueline is spilling all the tea in a no-holds-barred situation, that Mia would do the same. So I don't really see this whole change of spirit in the moment where Mia just becomes so conscientious of, Jacqueline and her life and her sensibilities that she decides to hold on to evidence that could potentially make her look better in the situation. So I just feel like Mia realized in that moment her receipts weren't as strong as Jacqueline, so she put them off to the side under the guise of, I'm trying to protect Jacqueline. Moving on to Karen and Charrisse. Y'all, the Karen and Charrisse situation, I just feel like it's truly based in nothing, okay? Now, it was very interesting to find out that it's not as we were led to believe as viewers. Charrisse didn't come on trying to tear down Karen, okay? She did not reach out to Andy. She was not thirsty for the show. She was living her life with 50% of her ex-husband's money, and they approached her to come back on, okay? So I think that was good in terms of clearing Charrisse's name. Now, that being said, Charrisse, we have to call a spade a spade. And when you came on the show this season, it did seem like you had a bee up your bonnet for Karen. Now, to Charrisse's own admission, she was mad and she was spilling stuff because she felt that Karen was acting some sort of way to her. So because of that, she said, I'm just going to let it all fly, right? Now, listen, Karen, I think if we're going to have, Charrisse call a spade, you got to do the same thing, mama, okay? And I would much more respect you coming across the damn screen and saying that I can't pinpoint the exact reason why, but I just don't like this lady, okay? And I think it would have been deaded. I just don't like this lady. I don't want this person in my life. I don't have a good reason. I don't have a verifiable reason. I don't have something specific I could turn to that actually makes sense and holds water. I just don't like her, okay? And I think I could have understood it better. But the whole him and Han is the mother thing. I don't want to talk about it. And I'm not trying to be, mean-spirited or trying to be, I'm not trying to be uncaring as it relates to Karen, her mom, the funeral, and whatever, because I don't even know that story. I don't know that story. I don't have that walk. I still have my mother. I don't know the emotions that would go into that if I had lost my mother and then, some friend or fair weather friend showed up when I didn't want her to be there. I don't know how I would feel, right? But all in all, I just don't feel like the issue between Karen and Charrisse is deeper than the fact that Karen just don't like that lady, okay? And to Charrisse's own admission, she was out there spreading rumors that she heard, not stuff that she actually knew, okay? And truer words were never spoken by Wendy on that damn stage when Wendy said, y'all get so mad when the rumors are over here spread about you, but you don't have any problem reaching into your bag and spreading rumors about everybody else here. Quiet as it's kept, that's exactly why Michael Darby is suing Candace right now. But listen, allegedly, honey, because I ain't trying to get sued too. Now let's move on from Karen and Charrisse because it really wasn't based on nothing. Now let's move on. I want to talk about Robyn and Juan, but I'm actually going to move that to the end because I just want to talk about them all together because it's just a whole crock of mess. Let's move on to the men. The men finally make their entrance, and let's talk about Eddie first. Y'all, I really love the way Eddie loves Wendy, okay? I think that they, out of all the couples on the show, they seem to be the strongest, and they seem to be the ones that are most based in actual marriage values, okay? I really feel like, we learned, I think it was either last season or the season before, that, Eddie and Wendy, their families didn't really, or Eddie's family didn't really want Wendy to be his wife. Like they were against the marriage, and still to this day there's still some element of that. And I think that that barrier to their union kind of made them stronger and made them do the work in terms of really wanting to be with this person, really putting in the work, and really trying to have a fruitful marriage. And it really shows in terms of how when the animosity and the opposition came to their situation this year, that they basically laughed it off, right? So all I have to say, baby, is listen, long live happy and smiley Eddie, and kudos to y'all union and the strength therein, because I think that y'all could really teach a lot of the other couples something about being a rider 100% for your husband, and also, having a marriage that's worth something, right? Because if you're doing what you're supposed to do as the wife, he's doing what he's supposed to do as the husband, then I could defend you to the damn hilt, right? So good for them. Now let's move on to Gordon. Y'all, I was all ready for Gordon to come out and read Mia down to the ground for telling these people that I got ED, okay? I was like, I'm still mad at that, okay? Because you literally brought something into the fray that ain't nobody knew about, okay? But listen, I was actually sad when Gordon came across because he made me think twice about Mia and all her maladies, whether real or imagined. When Gordon came out there and said it was just so scary to imagine what my life and what my kids' life could be without her, in case, because we didn't know what she had or what she didn't have, and we was going back and forth to all these doctor's appointments. So, if anybody could kind of legitimize Mia and her, I'm not even going to say bad words. If anyone could come across and legitimize Mia's passage this season as it relates to getting to better health, I think it was Gordon in that moment, because I truly believe that he was legit in his feelings, legit in his emotions, and legit in his tears. And it made me actually think twice about the human aspect of what Mia went through, and that it would be kind of hard on someone's family. So Gordon, I guess I'm glad there wasn't a TV in the back that you could see what this lady was spreading about you and the rumors about you. But I'm glad that you came to the defense of her. And it kind of made me feel better about that whole, issue with Mia thinking that she had cancer, and then it just ended up being a rash. But listen, to talk about it is to put more life into it, and we just going to leave it nice. Now, we did Eddie, we did Gordon. Let's move on to Chris. Actually, no, before we do Chris, let's do Ray. Right? So, as I said before, in terms of the Wendy and Eddie situation, if you're doing what you're supposed to do as a wife and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as a husband, I can basically ride for you to the hilt, right? Ray is another example of that, right? Now, I have to kind of approach this with my lawyer hat on, okay? If I'm Ray and I'm coming into a situation where I know who my wife is, I've known her for years, I don't have a problem with her as it relates to infidelity, XYZ. Yes, there are rumors, but she's on a reality TV show. If there is a photo, okay, and it shows Karen down to the bar allegedly with somebody that she's been linked to, quote unquote, okay? If Karen hasn't ever seen the picture and she can't show me as Ray the damn picture, then I have to go with what I believe from my wife for all of these damn years in terms of her being truthful and having fidelity in our damn relationship, okay? So that's how I'm going to approach in the situation. You cannot accuse me of something, say you have photo evidence, and then never show me the damn photo, okay? And in terms of, Karen and all these rumors about blue eyes and whatever, listen, I'm a firm believer that where there's smoke, there's fire. I don't know if it's to the extent that everybody is making it out to be, but nobody, spreads rumors and lies about you for years and years and years without some element or nugget of truth being there. So whether it's just that you know this man, you was keeping company with him, and there was nothing sexual, maybe that was a piece of it, but it just seems like this whole blue eyes phenomenon, this whole blue eyes saga is something that follows you. But listen, just like I said before, if you are going to have photo evidence and not show me, then I can only go off of what my wife says. And if she has been truthful, honest, and virtuous this entire time, then I'm going to go with what she says until I get evidence to the contrary. So good job, Ray, and good job for being a stand-up husband. Now let's move on to Chris. And we finally have the Chris and Gizelle sit down, right? At long last, honey, at long last. Now listen, quiet as it's kept, I truly wish that Candace could have been removed from the conversation, because I feel that Candace has such, in her own words, vitriol and dislike for Gizelle that she was going to put some extra sauce on it that Chris and Gizelle together could have probably just gotten through the issue a lot quicker, right? I don't think it's ever going to be 100% okay, but I think that when you add Candace as the firecracker that, basically can't keep a lid on it, it exacerbates the already, the already heightened issue, okay? And y'all drop down in the comments and let me know if y'all know what that means and y'all know what I'm saying, right? So in terms of Chris versus Gizelle, right, I'm not gonna belabor the point. What it really seemed to be was an issue of semantics, right? Chris wanted to know, what did I do to you, okay? What did I do? Because you're running around smearing my name, saying all these things, and making it seem like I did something to you, okay? On the Gizelle side, what you did to me was how you made me feel, okay? So I can understand this. He's saying, what did I physically do to you? She's saying, what you physically did to me, or what you did to me rather, is how you made me feel. Now, that being said, Gizelle, you're full of shit, okay? Absolutely, completely full of it, okay? Gizelle, you want to play church lady, you want to play first lady, you want to play victim, you want to play, this is how you made me feel. It just feels like you only do this when it's convenient for it to be done, okay? You do the damn cha-cha slide and the Dougie cross everybody else's situation, okay? And then when it comes to your own, or your lack of your own storyline, okay, you are offended, you are a victim, he made you feel a certain way. Girl, how do you feel offended in a certain way when you created all the rules in the situation? You are a boss lady, you are outspoken, you are strong in every other aspect of your life. Am I to be led to believe, and are we as the viewers to be led to believe, that the minute that a damn hotel room, a married man as Chris that approaches you, and this whole situation of him wanting to talk to you comes into the fray, all of that goes out the window? You are no longer strong, you are no longer outspoken, you are no longer a boss woman. It doesn't intellectually hold water, Gizelle, okay? And listen, y'all, I was all ready to come into this video to basically, bash Gizelle and down with Gizelle. But listen, the more I think about it, and given my current mental state in terms of me not wanting to do anything and just wanting to lay in my bed, in the eternal words of Bruno Mars, Gizelle is the epitome of work smarter, not harder, okay? Because think about it. Gizelle is synonymous at this point with the Mariah Carey methodology, okay? Mariah Carey these days, okay, gets up on stage. Either she's carried in or placed in, in her damn position. She does a quick cha-cha-cha, a quick two-step, lets all the dancers do the work, sings occasionally, and most times it's a lip sync damn track, okay? And to the lambs out there, y'all know I'm not lying, okay? And I love our queen. I stand for her as well, but we got to call a spade, okay? Then she does the minimal, she collects all the money, and she goes home, okay? Gizelle has taken that same methodology to the Real Housewives of Potomac. Think about it, baby. Think about it. If I, okay, can give as little as possible from my own storyline, do the coochie pop through everybody else's storyline, okay? Sit next to Andy at the reunion, collect the same check that y'all collect for showing your entire life, and go home happy. Why wouldn't I? Okay? So in saying that, it behooves Gizelle to be as messy as she can. It behooves Gizelle to be as victim-y as she can. It behooves Gizelle to be as hurt as she can. It behooves Gizelle to be as in her feelings as she can be, because it furthers her station on the show. And quiet as it's kept, I don't even believe Gizelle believes half the shit she say on this damn show. I just think that she's in the method in terms of, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And honestly, y'all, in a way, I really feel that there is some sort of conspiracy between Gizelle and Robyn to put Chris on the damn coals this year so that it could detract away from the shit that Robyn was actually going through in her own life. And y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about the situation. But just to sum it up between Chris and Gizelle, I don't think we're ever going to have 100% clarity on what happened and what didn't happen, but I'm of the firm belief that Chris did not do anything to Gizelle in that room, okay? If he made you feel a certain way, I'm going to go out on the limb with Chris. I apologize if I made you feel that way, and I understand what I'm saying, y'all, because, I do not believe in apologies with qualifications. But when it comes to Gizelle, you have to give those qualifications, okay? Because the damn offense is not worth anything that holds water, so the apology can't be worth a damn either, okay? Now let's move on to Robyn and this whole mess, right? So let's start with I guess, the good or the lesser of two evils, right? So Robyn say that her and Juan finally got married. Andy asks about the whole prenup and whatever, and apparently it's a 50% prenup. So basically, if anything happens in the marriage and they decide to dissolve it, everything gets split down the middle 50-50. And to that, I don't even have a problem with, if you think about it. Like, if you think about it to the ends of the situation, we would not know of Robyn if it wasn't for Juan, right? And we would not, Juan would not be relevant today if it weren't for Robyn, who wouldn't be relevant if it weren't for Juan. You get it? So their stories are kind of intertwined. And in that, I understand why everything is split down the middle 50%, because y'all are basically equal partners in this whole in this whole thing that y'all call a marriage, a partnership, a union, etc., right? Now, Andy asks about the whole fidelity clause. And listen, a hush spread over Jerusalem. There is no fidelity clause. At this point, Robyn, I just don't know why you and Juan just don't call the situation what it is, okay? Y'all have an open relationship in every sense of the word except calling it an open relationship. Like, think of it, okay? I'm trying to choose my words carefully, okay? Steve Harvey says that a man is supposed to protect, profess, and provide, right? So by that definition, I'm not calling Steve Harvey the be-all and end-all of male-female relationships, but listen, y'all just go with me on this, right? If the man is supposed to protect you, right, he constantly leaves you alone on these reunions to defend yourself. Okay? He puts you in situations where you have to keep defending him. So in terms of protection, he's not offering you much. Okay? In terms of professing, He professes what he feels about you. He gives you beautiful words, but his actions don't match up to what he's saying to you. So he's failed that too, okay? So he was supposed to protect, he was supposed to profess, and he was supposed to provide. Now on the provide thing, baby, listen, by your own admission, baby, you the breadwinner. So what do you need Juan for other than the fact that y'all are comfortable in this dysfunction that you call a relationship, okay? And listen, quiet as it's kept, there are a lot of people in Robyn's situation as well where you're so scared to leave the dysfunction you know to gain the life that you could get that's better, right? So let me say that one more time. You're so comfortable in the dysfunction that you know that you don't want to step out there to the life that potentially could be better, okay? And what's that based in? It's based in fear, okay? So listen, as far as I'm concerned with the Robyn and Juan relationship, if y'all like it, I love it, but the thing about it, and what hurts my spirit, is that you're able to sit on this stage, Robyn, okay, and talk about everybody else's situation, knowing that your shit is a hot mess at home and that you weren't sharing the entirety of the story, okay? That's the part that's a bit pathologically liarization for me, okay? You can get on here and talk about everybody else's situation, everybody else's marriage, and you know, the thing that strikes me a little bit weird, y'all, is that I told y'all earlier about the whole conspiracy between Robyn, Gizelle, as it relates to raking Chris over the coals. I honestly feel, right, and this is all alleged because I ain't trying to get sued, but I feel that Robyn riding for Chris so hard is because she had second thoughts about raking him over the coals after the whole ship had already started, okay? I truly believe that in my spirit. Allegedly, because I ain't trying to get sued. Now let's move on to this whole extended footage. Because, you know, after filming Wrapped and after the reunion Wrapped, we come to find out that Juan had some damn infidelity in November of 2021. And they suspected alleged infidelity with no penetration, in the eternal words of Gordon, right? He had it in November of 2021, and the filming didn't start until March of 2022, right? So the whole thing, and I actually saw this Watch What Happens Live with Ebony K. Williams, Robyn, and Andy or whatever, right? And some of this stuff was actually in that episode, but some of it was unseen footage and whatever, right? But it just seemed like Robyn stammering, Robyn hemming and hawing, Robyn going back and forth in terms of the pageantry, fantasies, and delusions, and towing the company line of their damn relationship, okay? Number one, the first thing that bothered me is that Robyn said I would have talked about it if Karen had brought it up. Robyn, if you are on a reality TV show that focuses on your life, and most of your story has been based on the dissolution of you and Juan's marriage, the infidelity therein, and the fact that y'all can't ever seem to truly get it right, why wouldn't you bring up something that's germane to the conversation at hand? Because if in the current it helped to delay your relationship, delay your upcoming nuptials and your marriage, then it was germane to the conversation in order to be talked about, okay? So she tried to dance around that whole situation. Well, if Karen had brought it up and I would have talked about it, no. It is not Karen's job to bring up your damn tea on the show, okay? The essence and the number one rule of PR is to get ahead of your own damn story, okay? So listen, quiet as it's kept, y'all can learn something from Mia. Even though Mia creates her own damn situations, at least she the first one to kind of bring it up to the fray and bring it up to the people. Now listen, that was BS in terms of Robyn saying, you know, if Karen had brought it up, I bring it up. Then when that wasn't working and when Andy kept pressing her, she says, I don't want to put the men out there like that. I don't want to put Juan out there like that. In order to go with what Steve Harvey said, a man is supposed to protect, profess, and provide, okay? And throughout this relationship, Robyn, all you've done is protect this man, okay? All you've done is protect him, and all he's done is dance all over the ashes of your heart, okay? Like, I don't even know if you believe in your relationship to the ends that you're defending it, okay? I truly don't. I just feel like y'all have decided that y'all are stronger together for whatever reason. The unit is stronger together for whatever reason. It's better for the kids right now. And I'd actually be curious to see when, you know, Robyn's kids get to legal age, 18 or whatever, will they still be as incentivized to keep up the sham? Okay? will they still be going through the motions, going along to get along, and kind of purporting this to be an A1 outstanding, virtuous, Proverbs 31 woman-based marriage, right? Instead of what it seems to be to all of us on the outside. I truly wonder that. Y'all drop down in the comments. Do you think that when Robyn's children become of legal age that Juan is still going to stick around, or Robyn's going to still stick around for that conversation? But it just seemed, to be completely honest, Robyn, that you were trying to do PR. That's what it seemed to be. You know, it really speaks to more of like a lack of accountability, right? Because then Andy said, do you get tired, right? Do you get tired of consistently defending him? Oh, I don't feel like I defend him. I feel like I defend us together. Well, listen, whether you're defending him alone or y'all together, you are in the process of defending him. It was just a case of semantics, Robyn. And listen, if you want to stay in the dysfunction, then I just feel like we all have friends who are in dysfunctional situations, and we can see it clearly because we're on the outside, but for whatever reasons they can't see it. Eventually you have to start distancing yourself from people like that, because listen, birds of a feather flock together, and dysfunction is like rain, baby. It does not care who it rains on, okay? So eventually you stick around with them people doing all this mess for so long, you're going to become desensitized to it, and eventually it's going to try to manifest in your own damn life, okay? Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know if you agree. But I think that's really all I want to talk about on this episode, y'all. So if you liked what I said, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all social media at DatDamnDasher. And until next time, y'all better show your real lives in this damn season 8 of this show. We don't want no more pageantry, fantasies, nor delusions. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.